everybody, thanks for joining me. It's Michelle Sturgeon with Come Stamp With Me from Long Sault, Ontario, Canada. And I am really excited to be presenting for Kevin's 30th stamp-iversary, his 2026 winter retreat. I think this is my 4th time doing this. So I'm pretty excited, but I've got 2 projects that I want to do with you, as well as products I want to show you. So let's go ahead and get started, see if we can keep this under 30 minutes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera down. Ready, and here we go. I'm going to move this a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I am presenting Lovely Arrangements. This is the stamp set and the dies. And if you follow me, you know I say this all the time. I love when dies have extra stuff. Okay, so it's got the dies that will cut out the actual images, and then it's got extra. Love extra. I love having things to cut out sentiments, and I love having this type of stuff here. So Lovely Arrangements. It also has a fantastic paper pack and a coordinating scrapbooking kit. So we're gonna do, this is, can't see because this is in the way. This is the card, first card I want to show you. It is a kind of fancy fold card, kind of like a gatefold, but extra. Okay, and I will show you how to make that. All right, a trimmer. 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock that we are going to put along the 11. We're going to cut it at 5.5, so it is 5.5 by 11. Okay, so you only get 1 card out of this. And then we are going to score it at 3.5 on each side. I'm going to take that out and put it over the other way, and 3.5, so that you've got this. I want to cut some triangles, so I need to find the halfway mark. Halfway between 5.5 is 2 3/4. I'm going to make a mark with my score blade, and then this is the fun part. Where my score line is and where the second score line is, I'm going to put in my track here and cut. Then I'm going to do that to the other side. Score line to score line, and cut. Other side, same thing. Score line to score line, and cut. Score line to score line, and there we go. So it looks like this. We do not need those. And then it's a case of folding. And I left my bone folder over there, so I'm going to use a block. There. So that is the actual card. That's super easy. Then for the inside, it's a piece of designer series paper cut at 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Get my glue, glue that on. And this is the coordinating designer series paper pack that goes with this really pretty stamp and die bundle. Okay, here we go. And then I've gone ahead and already die cut these for you because you guys know how to use a die cut machine. So this is using the branching out dies. And that will go like this. And then this one goes in the middle. And how I decide, I put them together, and then I actually put glue. Putting glue, how I find it helps the stuff adhere better, so always put the glue on. Okay, then I'm going to do it like this, and that just helps me figure out where my front's gonna go so that it's covered. The inside part is covered. For my belly band, I've gone ahead and cut it 1 inch by 10.5. And then I figure out, I don't like measure it, I kind of do this, I just figure out where it's gonna go. And then I will glue that. Glue, 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 glue. And this part gets glued on that part. And by putting the belly band in the front, it saves me from having an unseemly seam. Hear what I did there? Unseemly looking seam at the back of the card. The card then has a full seam, and the seam is covered by this. So that is the basic construct of that. Alrighty, now is the fun part, it's the actual stamping. I've got Old Olive for my leaf and Memento Tuxedo Black for my flowers. I'm going to be making 2 of them. 1, 2, and I'm going to be making 2 leaves. 1 and 2, and I'm just going to cut this so it fits through the die cut machine better. Put these away so they're closed and not going to get in my way. My colors of choice are Petal Pink in light and dark. I start with my dark. It is my preference. You can start however you want. I am not going to spend a whole lot of time figuring this out. I'm just going to add color and blend it out, keeping the dark to the center and the light toward the outside. I'm going to leave a bit of white so that it's not completely covered all the way. It gives an illusion of light bouncing off those petals. I think, I'm not positive, I think we've got a demonstrator that's going to be presenting here who is a very, very good colorer from the United Kingdom. I won't say his name, but I'm pretty sure. If you want to learn how to color, you follow him, because he's amazing at it. This flower is upside down. That's okay. When I die cut it and put it on my card, it will be right side up. By starting with the dark and then blending it out, it allows me to leave my lighter at the top and to leave a bit of white there. You can always add dark colors, but it's really hard to take away. If I find there's not enough dark, I will go back and add more. I want this fold of the petal to be there. There we go. Okay, those are done. That was so fast. Now then, get my die cut machine and my dies. Alrighty. I am using thin dies, so I need my #1 plate and my #1 plate, my #2 plate, number 1, my number 2, and 2 number 3s. Or if you have the magnetic plate left over, you can use the magnetic plate. It fits in this machine. Washi tape to hold that down so it doesn't move on me. It'll still move on me. It always does. There's a hole here. The reason there's a hole, other than helping to get the dye out, is when you're putting this on your leaf, if you see a piece of green under that, or like the color green under that hole, then you know you've got it on the stem. Alrighty. One, 2, and 3, and I think I need 2. I need 2 leaves for this one, so we're gonna do another leaf. Put it on there and move it so I see the green underneath that hole. And I'm gonna bring it back because I'm too lazy to reach around. Ta-da! Where's my piece? Okay, you guys saw me. There it is. It's on there already. Alrighty, and I think I need these. Okay, I'm gonna decorate this now. I want this to kind of go there. This is gonna get popped up. Put some leaves back here. One over here. Bring it down just a little bit. Alrighty. Okay, this leaf first. There we go. I want this a little bit lower. It's too much leaf. There. And we have Consider Yourself Hugged, which I'm going to do in Secret Sea. This is my favorite color, by the way, Secret Sea. And I would do this and stamp it on white. Then there is a punch. And I would just punch that out. And that is going to be my sentiment, and it is going to go kind of right there. A little bit further down maybe. And glue it. And we're gonna bling it up with these beautiful gems. There we go. Ta-da! that is number 1. I think we actually have time for a number 2, which is going to be this one in a completely different color palette. This was from a class I had done. I embossed with one of the newer embossing folders. I love yellow. So this is Lemon Lolly and Smoky Slate, and I love yellow and gray together. Okay, so this is the beginning of the card. And then I've already got the thank you here. This is another part that comes in that die set. This one. In the middle. Okay. Then the thank you gets glued down at the bottom on this, covering that right there, that bottom part. Then we gotta do some more stamping and die cutting. These flowers are really, really easy to die cut. And this time I'm using basic gray for my leaves. I do need 2. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. And I am using Lemon Lolly, dark. Again, I'm gonna do light. These are brand new, and I used them in a class, and look at my nib already. You don't have to press hard. It's a very gentle color medium. Yeah, I can't even color with this side because I'm gonna have to go back with my other nib because somebody has totally ruined this marker. If I was rich, I would have product that only I can use and then product for my classes. People ruin my stuff. There we go. They're not perfect, but my blends are yuck. Where's my top plate? Hear that little tweeting in the background? That's a toy that my cats have. They like to play with it at 3 o'clock in the morning. They like to play with that at 3 o'clock in the morning right beside my bed. So that's the best way to play with a toy. Pop up. We are actually going to cut off one of these. Second card. Ta-da! Ta-da! And I have others in here. I also did this, and this is using one of the papers that comes in the paper pack. Has these squares, and I just cut those squares and use them as my background. And then I made a 30th birthday card for somebody who's having a 30th birthday, and use the other die cut in that set to make the 30th birthday card. And I did some scrapbooking because there's a scrapbooking kit that comes in this collection. So this is my mom in 2024 with her Mother's Day pictures. And this is just some pictures from her funeral. This is what her funeral looked like, her setup and everything. I'm going to do a second page. But yeah, in the life I thought was great and cherished. So we've got scrapbooking and lots of cards. So I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Let me go back up, 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 up. Where is the little, there we go. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. I believe I did. I stayed within, I'm 23 minutes, so not bad. And that is the lovely arrangements. Thanks so much for watching, and have fun for the rest of the retreat.